What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you another fantastic video today. We're playing the Lord of the Rings Rise to War Season 8 Rangers Rise, getting you some good PvP reviews on builds, okay? So in today's build, we are featuring Isildur Haldir, gear, units, and skills for the Isildur Haldir combination, okay? Now, I'm going to start this video with a quick shout out to Shots Fired with Bait, who I'm also showing as the loser in this video. Shots Fired, I believe, had the first level 50 on the server that I saw in PvP anyways. He was level 50 when I was level 42. He absolutely was dominating my poor Sunin with his 50 Gandalf. So shout out to Shots Fired. So in this video, I'm going to spend 5 seconds on Gandalf. You can clearly see he's got some very strong gear here. He's going to have plus 12 attack to his units. Okay. So a lot of damage output for this Gandalf the Grey Haldir combination. The skill build is pretty standard. R5, R0, R0. All right. And he's got a Haldir backpack. For those of you that aren't aware of the backpack system, the Commander Lieutenant system, at level 20, if you are a Ranger, you can equip a Commander as a backpack and you gain access to their 4 title trees, no equipment, and you do get auto attacks and title tree skills. That's it. Okay, so I don't need to spend too much time talking about Haldir. I'll do it real quick because they're both using Haldir as the backpack here. So I'll do it through Isildur, okay? Into Isildur's build right now. The point of this video is to talk about this fantastic build, which is going to have a total of plus 15 damage, plus 6 on the weapon, plus 3 on the chest, plus another 3 on the helmet, and then plus 3 on the accessory, along with Pursuit, which is amazing. And of course, on the helmet, he is running Discord instead of Aegis. This is because he can equip Haldir as a backpack, therefore getting anti-stun from Haldir that way, okay? The build here is interesting. He's actually really focusing on high damage from the Dunedains, which is so unique to me. He doesn't have the bottom R0 tree, which is usually a staple for Isildur. So right now he's running a hybrid build with the Dunedains, putting out a ton of damage, plus 9 attack here. They're going to counter the enemy range units because they're going to take less damage and deal more damage. Overall, very powerful build because, again, these units will specifically target the range. They probably completely murdered Gandalf the Grey and Haldir's ranged alignment, okay? But otherwise, Isildur's running the R5 tree maxed out, so he's got Last Alliance, Free Peoples, and he's got Coalition. This is going to give his Dunedains highest damage roll on attack, which is fantastic. So not only are they going to move at 122 speed, they won't beat Gandalf's initiative, but they are fast, they take reduced damage from ranged, and they're going to deal 75% chance to deal max damage roll of 31 damage hit on the ranged, plus 27% more damage. Okay? It's going to be huge damage from the Dunes. And then, that goes into the King of the Dunedain tree. The Dunedains gain plus 3 HP and 45% follow-up. So this is such an interesting build for me. I'm just so intrigued by it. That's why I had to make this guide video for this build. Okay? And lastly, the remaining points are in the bottom R0 tree. He's got a few points in Great King and a few points in Enfeeble, but he doesn't have this maxed out. And he doesn't have the top R0 tree with any points, the Ringbearer tree with any points in it. Okay? As far as actual performance in this report, you can see that the Dunedains did come away with the top damage in this build. Okay, so they have Pursuit, they have 45% chance of double strike, they have plus 9 attack, they have plus 27% damage to range. These guys are monsters in this build. Let's see Haldir. Let's talk about Haldir real quick. So Haldir is going to go ahead and give you the guide ability, okay? It doesn't let you click on the Deputy Commander Lieutenants, but he'll give you the guide ability, which is 45% physical damage for the first 2 rounds, anti-stun. He's also going to give another 25% plus or minus damage through his R5 Galadriel to the range units on Isildur's composition, being the Sentinels and the Sharpshooters, okay? So these 3 units are going to help activate Isildur's R5 tree, which says when the army includes men and elves only, they gain this damage mitigation, okay? So Haldir's going to give 2 bonus damages to ranged, 1 bonus damage to melee, And then he's going to deal half-decent damage himself with his top R0 tree. Okay, so he's really not to, and with his R3 tree, he's going to give some of his units initiative or whatever he does. Let's pull up Haldir real quick. I just want to look at Haldir. Let's talk about him. This is a guide video for this Isildur Haldir build. Let's look at Haldir. March Warden of Lorien, he is going to give some damage and then evasion to his units, not initiative, sorry. And then Sylvian Elf is going to deal a little bit of damage, nothing too crazy. A little bit of damage here, along with his guide ability, bonus damage to the units, and Galadriel, bonus damage to the ranged, okay? So overall, a very powerful report. Now I need to find that report again. There's been so many reports this morning. Here's another Isildur killing. Okay, he's murdering the Sauron, although it's a partial build. Partial troop. I'm not highlighting that particular report. Let me find it. So many reports today, guys. Here it is. Shots fired versus Varen. Okay. So let's take a look at round 1 and 2 while we're here talking about this build. And then we'll give you my analysis. Okay. So again, anti-stun from Haldir. Okay. Damage reduction from his bonus to the enemies. Okay. Damage increase to his own units. Here is the guide ability, 45% plus another 27% for the ranged. Really fantastic here. Oh god, what is this? The other? This is the enemy. This is the enemy Haldir. Even though he's green, this is the enemy. You see the red symbol? This is the enemy Haldir. Allied Haldir, enemy Haldir. Okay? So you should see some good damage here in round 1. I'm really excited to see what this damage output looks like from... Oh, wow, look at that. The Madness really paid a big dividend here in round 1, guys. Madness from Isildur's Discord helmet caused the snipers to attack their own units twice. They attacked their own units twice. 32,000 damage output onto the enemy sharpshooters, dude. That is crazy. Okay. Here we go into Isildur's units here. The Dunedains are going to come in only hitting for 9,300. Keep in mind the sharpshooters have the White Council buff protecting them. Here's Isildur's last alliance, just dramatically reducing the damage they take. It's almost ironic how useless this was. They just blocked Haldir's 91 poison damage with a last alliance buff, unfortunately. Sharpshooters, folks, coming and hitting the snipers for 14-2. Look at that. A lot of damage from the sharpshooters. Here we go. Now we should see some good damage from Isildur. Okay. Madness is still active. Sentinels hitting the sharpies. Sharpshooters getting punched by the snipers. A lot of things happening, guys. A lot of things happening here. And when the sharpshooters got hit by the snipers, they actually had a 40-something% damage reduction. So this is a lot of damage from these snipers. Keep in mind, they are being buffed by the enemy Haldir, so it's a big deal. Okay, Dunedains blocking a ton of damage with Last Alliance here. And here we go. Dunedains hitting the snipers for 10-8. So, we're looking at this Dunedain damage. I haven't seen a double strike come out yet. I don't know how much I like these Dunedains, guys. I'm still debating if these are going to make it or not into my final cut. Here we go into round 3. We should see some of these debuffs drop off. We should see some units get stunned by Gandalf here. Okay. Oh, Sentinel's getting avoidance. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here comes the Dunes with a double strike. Finally, the Dunes getting a double strike, guys. Here in round 4. Round 3, sorry. In round 3, the first double strike of the game from the Dunedains. White Council finally falling off the snipers. So keep in mind the previous damage roll, they did have White Council on. So it's nice to see that coming in. The sharpshooters getting hit by Sun, and the Sentinels punching through like pew-pew. Look at that. So I think the best way to describe this report, guys, is to talk about the fact that Isildur was able to madden the enemy units and cause self-damage twice in the first round. The fact that Isildur's ability to... oh my gosh. I can't... It's so hard to click on the build. Oh, geez. I'm trying to... Oh, here it is. I'm in the wrong place. There we go. Isildur's ability to block a ton of damage with Last Alliance is also super duper key in this build. I think the only room for improvement, I think having Dunedains in here is a nice attempt. But honestly, their damage was lackluster. 1,900 Dunedains hitting for 10k. I get it. It's against an enemy Gandalf the Grey with White Council running. But if you're going to really put 15 points into a skill tree and run almost 2,000 Dunedains, your highest quantity of units on the battlefield, they should be dealing more damage than what's coming out against the enemy, okay? So, that's my official opinion. This is a build guide for Isildur, gears, units, and skill for Rangers Rise. Like and sub. Randy out.